Well, here we are. Oh, me and my little buddy. All right, come on. Come up here. Yeah. Yeah, you know he's gonna follow me all the time. Say hi. There he is. Our little buddy, Chubby. My chubby little buddy. And he is pretty hefty. A lot better than the cat's doing right now. The cat is, well, he's gonna be 16 years old, and he's like probably, he must be down to around 10 pounds. He's really light, but because he doesn't eat as much as he used to, and he sleeps a lot more. So anyway, so that's it for the animals. Anyway, I've done it again. I went and I bought myself another antique rifle, and it's the, if you notice, if you could pronounce what it says at the top, the Kropatschek rifle. It's named after the inventor of the rifle. He was Austrian, and the Kropatschek is, and there's also other variants of it designed by Alfred von Kropatschek. Kropatschek's rifles used a tubular magazine that's constructed of nickel-plated steel. So, and it holds, this one actually holds 8 shots, 8 rounds, and they're 8mm. The problem with this is the 8mm may be, well, I may have to do some work on the shell itself, because my Mauser rifle takes an 8x57mm, and this takes an 8x56, which means I'd have to cut 1mm off the shell, which I could do. I can cut it down and then make a new load. And it said actually originally these were made to handle black powder, but then later on they found out when smokeless powder came out, they were actually strong enough that they could be used with smokeless powder, and they switched over to those cartridges, and they saw no ill effects in the rifles at all. And this one was made in 1886. The rifles have been around for a while, but you don't see many of these anymore. I mean, this was also one of those. They only had one at International Military Antiques, and it was the only one they had, and he just scratched me when he jumped off. But it's in really nice shape. I don't have a picture of it here, but they said they've already shipped it. I just ordered it yesterday, Sunday. So it's on the way already, and today's Monday. Normally they take about 5, maybe 6 days to get here, so it's either going to be Friday or Saturday that I'll probably have this rifle and take a closer look at it. So yeah, it's different, because they said, well, place of origin, Austria-Hungary. So yeah, he was, the inventor was from Austria. And he'll have to be 73 years old, so he's been around for a while. And then let's see, his design, the same type of design was used in a Japanese Murata Type 22 and the German Mauser Gewehr in the 1871-1884 version. Had the same tubular magazine and was built the same. And he also, this was also the basis for the French Lebel rifle also that came out. So yeah, there's a lot of history behind this rifle. It was used in World War I, It was used, actually it was used in Portugal, Austria, France, and also, let's see, it's the Second Boer War, World War I, the Spanish Civil War. They were even used in World War II, and the annexation of the Portuguese colonies of Goa in Africa. So, go figure. They used it fairly often for that long period in there. So anyway, that rifle was one of those that originally they had it for $1,595. I bought it because it finally dropped down to the low price of, right there, it was actually $995, and then there's another $30 for insurance and stuff. So it cost me $1,025, and the shipping's free, always is if it's anything over $200. So yeah, so that's gonna be, see, this one here is basically a model 1886/89. It's a colonial infantry rifle made by CWG Stayer, dated in 1886, and the serial number is U751. So we shall see what that looks like when it gets here. And yeah, there's always a lot of history behind these rifles I pick up. And that's another one of the main things I do with those. Basically, I want to see, you know, history as far as how they developed the rifle and all that. But also, I want to see how they function. So, if I can get them to fire, I will. If they end up, you know, if they're not safe to fire, they will end up a wall hanger for sure, or just stacked away in my gun cabinet. But, and then the other thing I've been working on was the radio. Motorola Model 52-T1. With that one, that's what it's supposed to look like. Well, I actually did do some work on the cabinet, and the back of it, it's out in the garage. And so I worked on some of that, but also the problem with that one, this one here is, I still had trouble with the switch on this. The switch itself would arc over. I could see it actually arcing inside the housing. We'll go back a little bit bigger. Actually, this part here is plastic back here, and boy, that thing was arcing inside there like crazy. So what I did there on that was I bypassed the switch completely, and I just put a toggle switch in to see if I could even get this thing to the filaments to light or anything to work. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'll show you. Let's see what I can get to get going here. I did put all the tubes back in a new one I got even. So we shall see what happens with this. I cleaned it up a little bit, but I'm not done with it yet. I got to do a lot more cleaning on the chassis. Let me turn this light off. Okay. And I have it hooked to my isolation transformer back here. Okay, and here's the switch. And we shall see what it does. I don't, well, pilot lights work. That's one thing. Both pilot lights work. Right there. Let's see. See if the filaments light on the tubes. Oh, here's some crackling. Not much. Well, there's the number 80. It's kind of warm. That's lit up. Can't tell on the other ones down there and the new one. But that much is working, at least. But it was crackling. I'm getting nothing out of that at all. I'm wondering if I don't know if I even have it. Still, there's some crackling. Oh, I know what it is. I haven't got an antenna hooked up either. So I may hear some crackling, but yeah, there is some crackling going on. Well, at least we got that far. I am going to have to go ahead and find some place that has that combination switch volume control. It's crackling some more. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Get as close as I can. I don't know if it's going to come up in this video at all. Some sound coming through, just not very much. Should be the band switch. So I don't know where it's at, but yeah, I think I'll have to hook the antenna up. And I don't really know. Where is it? Where is it? Can't get to it from here. But I'll have to get to that, I guess, and we'll see what happens. But a little bit of something coming through. But anyway, at least it's got the telemetry lit up. And this other outboard switch here is working. And so, go back. So that much we got, but we'll have to see what we can do with the rest of it. And anyway, that's kind of anticlimactic, but it's trying to do something. But I'll have to get an antenna on it, and then we'll see what happens. So that's going to be it for now. Talk to you guys later.